Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. And good afternoon for those of us who are on the other side of the pond, as you say.
Yes, absolutely. So, a warm welcome to you all. Today, we're going to have a wonderful conversation around this lovely little booklet, which you can go to the link below and you will be able to get your your free download of this valuable gift. Why you haven't built your dream clientele. Now, maybe you have, but this may take you to another level. Or maybe you don't have enough clients. This could take you to another level. But if you want to figure out how to up your game and get something more valuable, this is what we're going to go over today, which we're very excited about. So, Rosemary, let's just go into this really good conversation. What does this mean to you, Rosemary?
Well, I think it's really important as you're establishing your career, whether you first primarily are starting out or if you're looking to reinvent yourself. You spoke about that as the importance of we've gone through such a transition in the last 18, 19 months, and some of us are still there. So it's about the reinvention. So what it means to me is the understanding of the dynamic of who is it really you want to attract and who do you represent as an individual? Are you becoming just one of many? Or is there something that's making you stand out from the crowd? Why would they want to come back to you? What's really building that brand of who you are and what you bring? Not just a haircut and color or styling and dress work or chemical work or extensions or whatever it is that you specialize in, but who are you and what do you want to be remembered by? That's what
this here is very, very powerful. 97% of stylists say they give a consultation, while 7% of clients say they receive a consultation. That is really, really powerful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's almost like a little, it's a hard pill to swallow, really, when you think about it.
It is a hard pill to swallow, but can you relate to that in your experience of watching hairdressers work?
Absolutely. Most definitely. I think a lot of times, and I've been guilty of it too, where I've said, okay, so what are we doing today? Instead of actually finding out where they are. I'm not meeting with them. We're on common ground. Yes. I'm just ready to move on to the next person.
Yes. So the first thing is our listening skills. And it's not only listening with our ears, but it's listening with our hands. It's that wonderful listening connection. And we just did a little piece on Instagram where we went into great depth of that. So you can check that one out in more depth on Instagram. But we were talking about that importance of really listening. And are you waiting to reply, or are you truly, truly, truly listening? The other one that we were talking about is professional advice and really being the expert, the authority, not just relying on a photograph, because when you rely on a photograph, you're not always designing to that person. You're designing to a photograph, and often it can be disappointing. It can't meet the standard of the photograph that's the reference. So photographs to me are a wonderful reference. But I then have to take that and add to my professional advice, designing to face shape, understanding all these important things, really designing from the inside of the head to the outside of the head. And we have a course that's all about that called Who is Sitting in Your Chair. So do check that out, because I think you'll really find it very, very enjoyable. And I just want to say hi to our friends who are joining us. Good morning, Misty. And a big shout out to Misty. She did the most fabulous recreation of one of the looks on Viv Unplugged. Did a great job. So congratulations. Good job. And how do you pronounce that? Buta? Buta? Good morning. And Michelle, good morning to you. I'd love to know where you are in the world. Do we have anyone from overseas? I would imagine we do. And anyway, thank you for joining us today. So what we're talking about are the 7 reasons why you may not have built your dream clientele. And we're talking about mindset. We're talking about intentionality. And so what we've been looking at is, first of all, our listening skills. We're talking about our professional advice. And then a point of difference. You can easily today get lost in a sea of sameness. So easy to just do your favorite and just spit it out on everybody. And, like a beach wave is beautiful, but how long have we been doing beach waves, and how much longer will they really be in? And so, how has that been for you, Rosemary?
If I see one more damn beach wave, I think I'm going to lose my mind. I can't take it anymore with these damn beach waves. It's like no more beautiful, just natural, organic curl. Everything is all this repurposed curled.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just my personal thing.
Well, I think they can be beautiful, but anything when you do it, look, ice cream is amazing. But if you gave me a whole tub of ice cream, it would go from being nice to like, oh my God, I feel ill. So I think that in life, everything's about moderation, and to keep your work exciting and to have a point of difference. Scarcity creates value. So what is it about your service that makes you unique? So I would love to know. Hi, Taylor. Hi, Bill. I'd love to know from you guys, what is it that you feel that you're doing right now that gives you that point of difference? What is that one thing that's like, wow, this is my point of difference? Is it your amazing consultations that you do? Is it that you are able to repeat the same look over and over again, and that's a skill? Or is it that you're really into makeovers and you're able to really adapt to each person who's sitting in your chair? What is that for you? I'm very curious to know. So do put your comments there. Hi, Stephen. Lovely to see you again. And then the fourth one, strong technique. We were talking about that earlier, about the importance of strong technique so that you're not a one-trick pony. That to me, one of the most important things in my entire career was my ability to understand classic foundational work. And some of it I was resistant to because I thought, oh, who's ever going to use that? Like a wave, for example, a Marcel wave. And then I realized that I was doing it on photo shoots and fashion shows. And wow, the wave was beautiful for special events. And just knowing you can do something that not many people can do is pretty empowering, because with that empowerment, there goes your value. You can increase your value behind your chair. So what does strong technique mean to you, Rosemary?
Well, I think it gives you, like you said, a point of difference. And it gives you the opportunity that if something's not working, you can always go back to your strong techniques and just saying, how can I readjust, reconnect? Let me go back to what I have been trained in, so that I can learn to expand upon to create something dynamic for that person.
Yes. So this is our next one. What does it mean to you, Rosemary, to ask the courage question?
I think it's everything. I just want to say hello to everybody, and thank you for all of those who are tagging friends. I see everybody's tagging. We have a friend from Australia as well, which is Bill. And courage to ask, I think it shows humility. I think it shows vulnerability, but in a way of unlearning and relearning. Because if you don't ask, how are you going to know if you just missed out on something that could be spectacular?
Yes.
And it's an important trait to really stop, reflect, say, this may not be my trajectory of where I'm going, but I know there's somebody out there who knows it better than me, and I can ask for help. So what about you?
I think some of the awkward questions are around money, to ask, to tell in the service the cost of something. And I always think you have to sell value before you ever sell price, because when you sell value and you are a problem solver, because that's what we do every single day, we solve problems. So don't run from a problem, embrace the problem. And from that problem, when you're selling through a solution to the problem and you're selling through the value of the problem, then you pause. And then when you say the price, you pause. So many times when people say a price, they go, blah, 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 blah. It's almost as though we're nervous mouth, and we have to justify the price. But if I'm sort of like doing this service on you, Rosemary, and I talk about what it's going to do for your face shape, I'm talking about the ease of managing it at home. I'm speaking the language that you understand and speaking in the tonality that you understand. And then I say to you, and you say, well, Viv, how much is this going to cost? And I say to you, well, Rosemary, this service is going to cost you $300. Silence. Let you have time to think. And if I've done a really good job in selling through the solution to the problem, and that you understand the value, the price is not the issue. It's when the client doesn't believe that there's value in what you're saying. And you have to, okay, this is an example. If any of you were vegetarians or vegans, and I'm trying to pitch to you this juicy steak, it doesn't matter how amazing that steak is. It doesn't matter if it's, $100 steak. You have no interest. You are vegan and you're a vegetarian. But if I spoke to you about a plant-based protein that is so delicious and so sumptuous, I'd have your attention. So one of the things that we're talking about today, which is the 7 reasons of why you may not have built your dream clientele, is exactly that. Because we communicate every day, but do we connect? So check out below on this page and you will see the link to this. And also check out who is sitting in your chair, because it's one of the best investments you can make in your career. I guide you step by step through building your brand, recognizing the mindfulness of the intention of who you want sitting in your chair. I take you through face shape design. I take you through style, recognizing style, understanding, no, I've got to pull back. No, I've got to push forward here. I've got to make it louder. No, I've got to make it quieter. You can lose somebody by making something too bold, and you can lose somebody by making it too quiet. So it's meeting always the client in the landscape where she lives. It's so very, very important. So when you do that, wow, it's just amazing. The consultation, I've created mine as a questionnaire. And therefore, the questionnaire is doing the work. You're not doing the work. All you become is the interpreter of that. And when you do a survey like that, it's almost as though like a dating service that I haven't used, but a dating service where you put in the criteria of the guy that you want, you put in the criteria of who you are, and then through technology, it goes out there and it finds the match, right? It finds the match. Well, we have to do that every single day. And very often it's like, we're not matching. We're going off in a completely different direction because we're so obsessed with what we saw on Instagram and we think, well, I better stick that on everybody. Well, for someone, absolutely. But for everyone, not really, not really. And it's adapting, isn't it? So I think that that's another really important part of this.
Really awesome. Okay, so limiting statements is our next one. So let's talk about that, that self-belief.
Yes, the self-belief. And we've got a nice message there from
Alicia?
Alicia, yes. Would you like to read that?
Sure. So Alicia is from San Diego. She says, my foundations, classic techniques are my value too. Also my strong communication skills, and I have mastered my communication skills to connect authentically with my clients. Fantastic. Congratulations.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. I can tell how much you care, Alicia. That's very nice. No limit. So, okay, how many times do you say, all right, this is a really good example. How many of you work out? And how many of you do? How many of you exercise? Because I want to challenge you on something. Just let me know if you work out. Rosemary, do you work out?
I do. I do.
What's your form of exercise?
I use either a Nike training app or weights. Those are the things I enjoy the most.
Okay, so the next time you lift your weights, Rosemary, I want you to say, I can't, I can't, I can't, I can't, right? And see how quickly you tire. Then I want you to go through it and say, I can, I can, I can. I ride horses, and usually one at a time, but I have a horse. And he can be quite challenging. And I was taking a lesson yesterday because I do dressage, and I was being asked to do a movement that's quite difficult. And my horse was also finding it difficult because it's something new for us both. And my old mindset was saying, oh gosh, this is so difficult. So what am I doing? I'm putting out there a limiting belief. And energetically, horses live in a 5th dimension. Energetically, they feel everything. They know what's happening before you even do it. And so I started to say, I can, I can, I can. And my trainer said to me at the end, she said, you've had a major breakthrough. And I'm thinking, I'm just saying I can versus I can't. And I just want you to think about that, oh, I can't do men's hair. I can't do short haircuts. Oh, I can't work with foils. Oh, I can't use a curling iron. I can't. All those I cannots limit you. So my challenge is to you today, change your mindset and start saying, I can.
Yes, yes. And since we have the last 5 minutes left before we sign off, is the power of lifelong learning.
Yeah, and I think that this is such a big one. Being passionate about learning, I think it is everything, because when you're a lifelong learner, you're open to opportunities. When you're a lifelong learner, your why is so big because you know that when you invest in yourself and really invest your time and your money and your resources into something, you know you're going to get a return, and that return should be triple of what you put in. If it's not, then then you're just wasting time. So this would be my question to you. I, like you, browse through social media. Of course I do. I look for what's trending. I look for new ideas, and I'm always looking for something. But that hasn't made me a great hairdresser.
Right.
My skills came from mastering my craft, from the hours and hours to cut a perfect straight bob, the hours and hours of understanding technique, the hours of practice and practice, so that when I show up and you see me work, I make it look pretty easy. You may not know that inside I'm struggling. And sometimes I feel like a swan. I'm just floating and you see me floating, but underneath my legs are working really, really fast. So, I think that a master will be like that swan. On the surface, it just looks smooth and effortless, but there's still work going on underneath that. And we're not excited by the work underneath. We're excited by this graceful image that we see above the water. So I think that when you are a lifelong learner, it's a mindset, it's an attitude. Obviously, all you guys for showing up today, thank you so much. I know that, your time is so precious. Money is going to come and go, but this time we're spending together is so very important. So thank you for spending the time. And I hope that every Monday when we come here and we connect, we add some value to your world, because that's what it's about, isn't it? If you really are passionate about learning, first of all, get this, go to the link and download this so that you can see. And I challenge you to join us on Who is Sitting in Your Chair, because that is the gatekeeper to your technique, to your creativity. It's the technique to the buy-in, to the client saying yes. It's the gatekeeper to all of this. So I encourage you to do that so that you can start to reinvent yourself, revamp, and know that these 7 points that we've gone over today are just a keystone to transforming who sits in your chair. Because I've had people sit in my chair and just wish I wasn't a hairdresser. I've had people sit in my chair that made me cry.
Yeah.
I've had people sit in my chair that have been so intimidating and daunting. And I thought, oh gosh, why did I attract this person? It's like, no, I've had people sit in my chair where it's like, I can't please them. And I've had to say, listen, I'm not your hairdresser. And I think I'd like to recommend you to somebody that can manage difficult people. No, I didn't say that, but I would like you to go to somebody that was more appropriate to you. And then they're like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be difficult. I know I could be difficult. And it's like, I don't want you. I'm not saying that, but it's like, no, but not saying I don't want you because you're a difficult client. It's like, I think there's somebody more suited to you. I don't fit who you are. And that doesn't make me wrong. It doesn't make them wrong. We're just not personality wise the right connection. But the more highly you think of yourself and the more intention around doing the very best version of you that you can, you'll start to get people who think like that, because there's the law of attraction. What you put out there is always going to come back. So believe that you are worthy. Do everything you can to learn. And if you're not a member of my website, please do go there and check out the beautiful courses that we have, because there's lots of really fun things. Rosemary, is there anything you'd like to share as we finish today?
I think the only thing I'd like to share to everyone is hello. Thank you for joining us. And, you have a lot of yes, I cans, love you. They love Monday mornings and they love everything about you, Viv.
Oh, well, that's great. Oh, Janie's here from the UK. Janie has a wonderful magazine for independence. Janie, put down the link to your magazine so that everyone can go and check it out. Very, very talented lady, and always giving back to the industry. And I think that's so very, very important. So do share your information on the Independent Stylist magazine so people can see that. I think she's going to do that for us in a moment. So thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Well, have a blessed day. Rosemary, anything you'd like to share for people to think about today?
I think the only thing is, guys, here's a little challenge to you. When you're about to do something or something you may not want to do, just remember, I have a card today that says, just do it. You can't really see it well, but it says, just do it. Just do it, because you know what? Every step you take forward is one step towards growth of greatness. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, if there are any salon owners who are here, we're launching our designer program, which launches in September. We only have 20 VIP seats to actually work with me every week in a virtual live as we go on a journey for 10 months. Woohoo! It's mastery. It's mastery on steroids. So if you want information about that, again, just leave a message below and we'll connect with you. And it's something that we're launching, and it's very, very, very exciting. So we're increasing our human touch as much as we possibly can in a digital world. So what we're launching on our website is weekly group coaching calls. And if you would like to connect with us for a consultation, then just connect with us and just say you'd like a consultation, and we will set that up for you so that we can marry the right training to suit you in the world that you're living in today, because that's what it's about. I have 1,000 videos on my website, so there's a lot to select from, and it's overwhelming. And very often when people see so much choice, they're overwhelmed and they don't make a decision. So I want to make that easier for you, to marry you to the right product and get that going. So anyway, thank you so much, Rosary. Have a blessed day. And guys, thank you. And we will see you next week. Bye for now.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.